It's Wednesday. What's going on, everybody? It's Mike. It's Mish. It's the Mike and Mish show. It's mission accomplished. It's the fucking greatest show in the history of the world. I don't give a fuck what Planet Hank says. We're the best. You suck. Fuck you. Just kidding. Love you, buddy.
Man, anyway, starting off hot right now.
What's up,
Kyle?
What's up?
So you had a week off. You got to make up for all those F-bombs you missed.
No. We had that conversation at work today. $5,000 a day cash or $100 every time you swear. I swear to God, I'm taking that hundo every time I swear because I definitely blow 50 out the water every fucking day. Every episode.
There you go.
There you go. What's going on, Mike?
I'm glad to be back. I feel like it's been forever, but it's really just been like a week and a half.
It really has. And the time, it seems really weird, right? When we take a week off from this show and like, I feel like we're detached from everything fight world. You know what I mean? I feel like I've been lost for a week.
Well, you have, because I mean, this guy's been ignoring me. I text him, he ignores me. He acting like he's doing something better than talking to me, which we all know is not true. But he's out with his family, pretending to love them and bring them out when all he wants to do is go out on road trips with me. But that's fine.
Yeah. I was being forced to have fun with the ones that I love.
Family
you know,
stuff.
No big deal. Anyways, we got a big show tonight. We had a bigger show, but one of them backed out, and he didn't back out. He had to reschedule for tomorrow night. But we have Jarod Warren in the waiting room right now, about to come inside and talk to us in a second about his upcoming fight with Jomi Escoboza. And then after him, we're going to have Elvin Brito come on and talk about the what some would say controversial loss against Luis Palomino. I swear to God, guys, I've watched that fight a half dozen times now, and I would hate to be one of the judges in that fight. I swear to God. Mike's done the same thing. We've watched it a bunch of times. We're going to get what's on his mind.
Done watching it 10 minutes ago.
I watched it a half an hour ago for the freaking sixth time. And I really can't even imagine being in the shoes of those judges that night. But anyways, Jarod Grant will be on tomorrow night with Reggie Barnett and Tyler Goodjohn and Jomi Escoboza. We got 4 fighters tomorrow night. So with all that said, let's bring on Jomi Escoboza's opponent, July 23rd at BKFC Fight Night, Tampa 2. Captain Deadpool himself returning to the show, Jarod Warren. What's up, brother?
How we doing, guys?
Always doing good. Always doing good. How are you?
Doing great, man. Feeling good. Just got home from training and showering and all that stuff, so I'm kind of in relaxed mode now.
Now, it doesn't seem like you fought all that long. How long ago was Wichita?
It was early April.
Was it that long ago? So it has been a few months.
Blue flies by, man.
Yeah, sure does. So let's talk about that for a second. I don't know if we've had you on the show since then. It didn't go your way that night, but it was a very tough, close decision, just like we were just talking about with the Palomino Brito fight. It could have gone either way that night. You were fighting Isaac Doolittle in his hometown. Going into that fight, you were feeling pretty good, pretty confident about yourself. What happened in that fight with Isaac that maybe surprised you to make it not go your way that night?
The judges, man. Honestly, because I've said this before. I've never once even asked for or entertained a rematch, because I feel like I've either clearly won my fights or clearly lost this one, and it's not against Doolittle. It's not up to him, but I kind of felt like I got the short end of the stick on the judging side, with it being his hometown and stuff. So I would love a rematch with him. But yeah, other than that, the takeaway from my fight and from the Brito Palomino fight, like you just mentioned, is do not let it go to the judges. There is no guarantee in this sport or any other fight sport. So that's the only way to come out ahead for sure, honestly. So that's kind of like,
it's the only way to hold your destiny in your own hand, man. You need to fucking not let it go to those judges. We've seen it too many times now, for sure.
Yeah, that was the first one of my fights that has, and I kind of made up my mind. I'm like, never again. It's not for me. It's not for me.
Let me ask you something, because you had fought many times before that. And like I can I can't relate to that because I'm not a professional fighter or anything, but I was a high school wrestler back in the day. And like, I remember losing my first high school wrestling match, and I felt like my fucking stomach fell out, and I fucking hate the feeling. I hated that feeling for the next 48 hours of my life. I was like in shambles, and I swear to God, I will never lose again. What was the feeling in your gut that night? Like, what was going through your head the immediate moment after the decision was made?
Right when it happened, I didn't like lose my shit or anything, because sometimes, things look different from the outside than from being the actual person in there fighting. So I kind of, I kept my cool. I waited till I had a chance to actually go back and watch the fight. My coach watched the fight. I had a lot of people get back to me, and I'm fortunate enough, my coach included, to have a lot of honest friends in my life who would be like, listen, like if I lost, they'd be like, dude, yeah, it sucks, man, but you did lose, whatever. So they'll tell me either way, whether it be for better or for worse, and I honestly have not had one person who was like, yeah, dude, sorry, but you got your butt whooped. It's like, all everybody's like, damn, dude, I thought you won 3-4 of the rounds of the 5. I'm like, yeah, I thought I did too. But judges don't always see it the same way.
Something happened after the fight. It happened during the fight, but then after the fight, a lot of people were talking about his coach. And it was caught on camera that he had told him he was down rounds. But then afterwards, when we talked to his coach, he said he did it on purpose. Do you buy that?
Personally, I don't. But again, I don't know the guy. I don't know the coach either, like how they roll. I don't think that's necessarily true, but
Yeah, he said he was Jedi mind tricking. That's what I think that's exactly what he said. He was like Jedi mind tricking.
Yeah, I do think that's what he said
in the back room. But anyways, man, Isaac's a tough fighter. You guys are in a tough division. You got a 185-pound champion that seems like he's going to be busy for a while doing other things. You got a very formidable opponent coming up next week, July 23rd in Tampa, Jomi Escoboza. I'm sure you've watched all his fights now. He's 7-0, 6-0 in BYB, 1-0 in the BKFC. Have you been impressed by what you've seen out of your upcoming opponent, or are you seeing yourself running through this guy and getting right back into top 5 title contention talk?
So I'm respectful of his the run he's made so far and having a good record and all that. Personal opinion, I don't think he's faced a high caliber of opponents. And that's not, I don't think that's on him. That's just like the organization that he was fighting for at the time. But again, I just kind of go by apples to apples. And right now, the only apples to apples we have was Zion. And, again, nothing against him, but I disposed of Zion a lot quicker than Jomi was able to. But, yeah, man, I took this fight without missing a beat. As soon as they offered it to me, I was like, absolutely, let's do it. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to actually be a fun fight, because most people are, if they're not my height, they're a little shorter than me typically. But he's a little taller than me, fights a little different style than most of the people I face. So it actually makes the shit exciting to me.
Do you have somebody in there imitating the goofy jab, as he calls it?
I don't know, just because he
can that be imitated?
It doesn't matter. No, like
goofy jab.
Even though he's very excited about his goofy jab, it doesn't make a difference to me. So no, that's not something I ask somebody to try and imitate. No.
You talked about his level of competition, and when we talked to him, I think I brought this up to him, or one of us did, how like you guys are the UFC of bare knuckle and BYB is Bellator of bare knuckle. It's not a shot against them. They're a good enough organization, but in the world of bare knuckle, just like in MMA, UFC is the shit in MMA. BKFC, all the higher talents over here. He came over, he went 1-0, very much like Michael Chandler against Dan Hooker. Now he's taken a big step up in competition, just like Michael Chandler did. I mean, I'm very interested to see how he reacts, like you said, to a higher level of competition because, you know, you and Zion threw down, and we all saw what you did to Zion that night. Nothing against Zion, but
yeah,
you know,
and I
we all
think
saw it.
I would guess that that Jomi would be in agreement that this is the organization in general is a higher level, because had it been not, why not stay there? You know what I mean? Like, I think he probably
Right.
wanted a higher level, so he came on over here. So, yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. And like I said before, the 185-pound champion, what do you think goes on with your division after this fight? And whether you win or Jomi win, what happens with the 185-pound division right now with Isaac Doolittle sitting there in the number one contender, promised title shot? You know, you come off a win of a guy who's 7-0. Now you're there. You know what I mean? It's like really what happens with your division?
Yeah, it's interesting, man, because Doolittle does deserve the next shot, but you know, everybody sees Richmond coming in the mix, and you know, I can't lie, I think that's a fun fight to watch too, if and when it goes down. So I'm kind of curious if the organization has said anything to like Doolittle, being like, hey, I know you're due next, but if you don't mind stepping aside, let this fight go down. We'll give you the winner. You know what I mean? Who knows? I'm kind of curious about that. But yeah, for me, getting the win, I could see me needing to wait maybe one more fight, then a possible shot if everything goes well, just because of how things are standing right now.
No, let me throw this at you, because Isaac was on the Planet Hant show with Lorenzo and Quentin Henry.
Yep.
And he said a lot of things. Matter of fact, Isaac Doolittle, for like a reserve guy, he really opened up on that episode, and I was impressed by him. And he basically just said he wants to fight. He'll fight whenever.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, if Mike Richmond and Lorenzo gets made, and that title gets like pushed to the side a little bit, do you think that if you got this win July 23rd and asked for a rematch with Isaac Doolittle, he would accept it, or you think he'll wait for his title shot?
I think he'd accept it, but just because, like you said, he does say he likes and wants to fight. But at the same time, like, it would be smarter for him to be like, well, no, I've already, earned the number one contender spot, so give me my due. So, I mean, I hope for his sake, I hope he does get the next shot at it. Because, regardless of what happens from there, I could see, Richmond still fighting Lorenzo, even if, let's say Doolittle comes out on top. I think Richmond would still want to fight Lorenzo just because he wants to fight Lorenzo. You know what I mean? So
right.
So I mean, yeah, I hope everybody gets their due, but comes down to this is a business, and they want to entertain the fans. What do the fans want to see? So it could easily go either way.
Yeah, that looks like the fight. I think it's gonna happen. I really, really do. And if it makes dollars, it makes sense. That's how it goes around here.
For sure. Yeah.
Can't
fault him for that.
No, it does suck for the rest of the divisions, especially like in the 205 too. Like, that's being held up. I just think they should kind of push that belt off. If Hector Lombard's not going to come back, they should just have, a Hero versus Trujillo bout for that title or something like that. Just get it moving.
Right. That would definitely make sense.
So, I mean, your weight class, you have, I was trying to pull up the fight card, but the app's giving me fits. Can you guys believe that shit?
What?
No, it's making me want to sign. It's like, dude, for some reason it signs me out every fucking time I get off the damn app. Like, why won't it let me stay signed in? It drives me crazy. But anyways, just looking at like some of the names, Dave Mundell's fighting on that card in Tampa. So Dave. So you got Dave Mundell, you got Dave, you got who's he fight? Stewart?
Simpson. Yeah.
Simpson. You got Simpson. Yeah, there's some interesting competition out there, but the one in front of you is Jomi. How do you like every one of Jomi's fights seems like it goes the distance? I could be wrong about that. He might have a few finishes in his career, but it seems like he's a guy that goes the distance. You see yourself going multiple rounds with Jomi?
Multiple rounds probably, but definitely not the distance. Not gonna happen, man. I'm just too focused on finishing this fight. And like I said, it definitely left me angry with my last fight not going last fight going the distance and getting not getting a decision as a result. With all the other ones, all the first round knockouts are like, go home early, you have less injuries, and you don't have to worry about having a mark on your record. So yeah, I mean, I'm not, I've said this to a couple of buddies. I'm not slick enough to be like, it's gonna be this round when this happens.
Yeah.
But if I were a betting man, I would bet that it's not going to go all 5.
Coming off the loss against Isaac, you felt great going in. You looked great going in. You fought great. You guys had a very tough decision. You felt like you won that fight. Did you change? Obviously, the opponent's different, but did you make any drastic changes in your fight camp this time, like as opposed to the one you did in your last one?
I mean, the only difference is kind of planning for a difference in the distance game, tall guy versus a short guy. But I'll give you guys like little inside scoop on me. Like the biggest change I've made is, I don't know, the last few years I've been on antidepressants for a while, right? And they kind of got like a little heavier in the recent times. And I was just too fucking nice in that last fight. Like, I like to do little. Like he's a nice guy. Like I actually didn't want to like punch his face that much, and I was just too like happy-go-lucky, and I think that those things kind of like fucked up my killer instinct. So
Really?
I saw, and I saw that, and I also had multiple people point out to me, they're like, you know what, you didn't really have that killer look in your eye like you usually do. Like you seem like you were just in way too good a mood. I was like, you're right, and I kind of felt like that too, and I didn't like it. Wow. So I came off, like after being on them for years, I came off multiple antidepressants, and it was a little hard at first, but I fucking feel so much better. Now I want to like kill people again, So it was a healthy change.
Some people say that some people have to want to kill their opponent in order to do well. Like they have to hate them or dislike them in some way, and some people don't.
And I actually don't. I don't need to hate at all. I don't hate my upcoming opponent, but you do have to kind of be in kill mode. You know what I mean?
Right,
I think that you have to want to hurt and finish the guy. And I was just way too nice and chill in my last one, and I didn't like it. So made some lifestyle changes, and I think it's definitely for the best.
Being military, me and Mike see people that are on antidepressants all the time, right? My older brother got out of the active duty military. He did a lot of crazy shit when he was in with the Rangers and all that stuff. And when he got out, he was battling with PTSD. Now, not that you were battling with that, but they loaded him with fucking antidepressants. Like he had a little treasure chest of fucking pills that he was taking all the time. He was a different person. Like he was 100% different person. He was a zombie most of the time. He was
it kind of numbs you.
It numbs you. And like he finally ended up getting off of everything, going through a PTSD program, but in the long run, he stopped all medication. Honestly, what he added into his life was medical marijuana, and that fucking fixed him forever. And I'm going to tell you right now, he is the same badass motherfucker that he was before he got on all those pills. So I could see where you're coming from there. I've seen it in my own family.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad to hear he made a similar change, because problem is you have to really think for yourself sometimes, because a lot of doctors they have like an algorithm, you know what I mean? Like you go and you're like, yeah, I kind of, I've been feeling like this. They're like, well, this is on the list. We're going to give you this. And then, there's not really much of like a thinking or any kind of investigation of like, maybe let's try this first, and maybe some lifestyle changes. It's kind of like pills and pills and pills. And if I think I made the mistake of not thinking for myself at first and just kind of like trusting whatever they said. And then, once you're on them, a lot of people say like you can't come off them. A lot of people become really fucking suicidal when they come off. So I had to be smart about it. I had to wean myself off. But now that like I did come off and all the freaking, kind of withdrawal side effects are gone, I feel so much better, dude. I feel like back to being me.
Good.
So so I mean it's not for everybody. Some people probably do really need to be on them, but I was fortunate enough to make that as a healthy change.
That's really great. Good for you, man. That was going to be my follow-up question was did you feel it like physically? Were you able to continue training as hard as you were before, or weight training or any of that stuff, or was coming off the meds fucking with that?
Well, it was fucking with me. Like it kind of made me a little more like explosive with my emotions at first. Like I get like really pissed off or really like sad for no reason at all. But thankfully, I feel like the training was the one like natural, positive that made me feel good. So I actually, so I was doing 2-a-days every day, and so that was kind of like getting that endorphin kick that makes you feel better naturally. So actually it didn't affect my training in any kind of negative way, thankfully. But there was definitely some side effects with being a little emotional, and it gives you like some sensory issues for a little bit, but thankfully that's all come and gone now and back to feeling 100%.
Sweet.
It's fucking awesome, man.
Good to hear.
Yeah, and thank you for opening up, because that's definitely something that nobody would know about you, and we appreciate you opening up about that. People need to hear that.
No problem,
kind of
man.
Shit. People need to hear that kind of shit. Now, have you been back at the fire department since your last fight, or you've been just training the whole time?
No, I've just been training, man. I'm still doing a little leave from there. But we'll be going back eventually. But yeah, right now I'm kind of just honing in on this for the time being.
Yeah. And do you have a roommate down there, or is our friend got her own place over there somewhere?
Yeah, she's a good tenant.
She's a good tenant.
Yeah, she's a good tenant. She pays her portion of the rent and does her tenant duties.
Nice.
Nah, she's been good. We got her hooked up with my coach and trainer Jarod.
Nice.
Awesome. So she's been getting some good work in there and coming along real nice. So I see big things in her future.
Well, speaking about Jarod, Kyle and I were going to be in Tampa, and we were looking to come by and take a look-see around. We want to come by and record a little bit and do a little bit of interviewing, visit the gym and all that. So
yeah, please do, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I wrote to Martin, and so we're probably going to head over there, and then we're probably going to hit up Toward the Pizza too. I don't know if you've been there before. Have you been there?
Oh, yeah.
We got to go there.
Good old street nat Matt. Yeah, he's Matt's awesome, man. He makes some good pizza. I've been to his restaurant a number of times, and he's an awesome dude, man. That's definitely worth checking out.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait for this trip, man, for sure.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of people down there. There always is in Florida. People come out to see the fights. So the main event's freaking awesome. Why don't we ask you I want to ask you two predictions, not your own fight. Who do you think wins the main event, Reggie Barnett and Jarod Grant, on the night that you fight?
That's a tough one, man. Like, because we know Jarod's on a roll. He's currently undefeated. Reggie, if I'm not mistaken, I think he has 2 losses, but they're both from Bedford, right? I think those are his only losses.
Mm-hmm. Both.
So like I don't think it'll be an easy washout for anybody. If I'm going gut feeling, I think that Jarod will probably win by decision. Yeah, I mean, but I think it'll be like a close, like competitive fight. Like I don't have anything for or against either one of those guys, but if I was throwing down money, that would be my bet.
Yeah, people would probably bet against the inactivity of Reggie Barnett, but if anybody follows Reggie Barnett on any of his social medias, that dude's always training his fucking ass off.
And
Dude,
he's still an
never takes a
OG,
day
man.
off.
Like, you know, he started early with BKFC, and
And he's a pioneer of the sport. He's much like our next guests, like him and Elvin and Lorenzo. These guys are there from the beginning, and they're all molding the game into what it is today. And Reggie has a huge hand in what bare knuckle has become. It's its own thing now. It's definitely it's not boxing without gloves on, for sure.
Right? Yeah, it's a whole new evolution, man. But yeah, Reggie is awesome, man. I like that dude, and I hope he. It's hard to say. Like, I hope either one's win because I actually do like both those guys. I've talked to both of them a little bit, but it's kind of one of those things. Like, I hope the best man wins. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, they're both some awesome fighters.
For sure. And we're going to throw your referral code up at the bottom there. Anybody that doesn't have the app, go ahead and get it. Use this code, help the guy out. And before we do a speed run, I want one more prediction. If the Lorenzo Hunt and Mike Richmond fight gets made, how do you see that fight happening?
I would say Richmond takes that one.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's got a just solid style about him. He's been on top of his game. You know what I mean? I haven't seen any real like holes in it so far. And you know, he's been putting people away. So I mean, I think
doing that.
What a test that'll be for him. That dude, Lorenzo's a big boy.
Yes,
a lot of power.
That's the thing. And you know, Richmond, even though he has fought in the lighter weight classes, at least in the videos you guys put up and stuff, he looked like he beefed up a lot. So I mean, I think even if he is fighting 185, he'll definitely still be cutting weight to make it. So there might be a bit of a little bit of a weight spread, but I don't think enough to make a difference in the fight, honestly.
Man, well, I can't wait. I can tell you that.
That fight needs to be made. We're excited to see that one. We're excited to see your fight.
Fun,
yeah, we're excited to see all the fights down in Tampa. Let's do a speed round with Captain Deadpool and let him get up out of here. Get some rest. Here you go. First question: how do you like your pizza? Deep dish, hand toss, or thin crust? And what toppings?
Ooh, typically hand tossed or thin crust. Those are pretty interchangeable. My go-to is pepperoni and pineapple. And actually,
delicious.
And actually, Matt over at Twitter Pizza, we were talking about.
Did you mention that somewhere?
Yeah, because when I went to his restaurant, first opened it up, I ordered that and he made it and it was awesome stuff. And I was like, kind of half joking. I was like, you got to put this on the menu, man. You got to make it the Captain DP. He's like, done. He's like, when I print them up, I will make you. I will put that as an option on there. I was like, that's fucking cool. But
the Captain DP, the DP pizza. There you go. The double. All right, here we go.
All right, favorite sport outside of combat sports?
Hockey, for sure.
Really?
I mean, it's almost a combat sport, but yeah, hockey. I'm a big fan of the home team here, the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Nice.
Number 3, when you was a kid, what was your favorite cartoon?
Ooh, X-Men. X-Men was my go-to. This is the first one that comes to mind. Yeah.
Who was your favorite X-Men character?
Back then, man, I was. I mean, I guess it's kind of going with mainstream, but definitely a Wolverine fan.
Yeah.
I thought Colossus was cool. Actually, I got a new American Bully puppy a couple months ago, and I named him Colossus because he's kind of like beefy and strong. So
nice.
There you go. Number 4.
All right. As a fan, what was your favorite bare knuckle fight? That's my fault. See that right there? That's my fault.
What was your favorite?
What was your favorite bare knuckle fight? Huh?
Shit. Let me think. Trying to think something that made me like really sit off my seat. I don't know, man. It's supposed to be a speed round, not a fucking round.
You're really
failing this. Take away 3 points.
I can tell you which one mine was. I know my end. It was Artem versus Jason Knight, first one.
Right.
Artem Lobov, Jason Knight won. Had me jaw on the floor, like, what the fuck am I looking at here? These two zipper-faced dudes. At the end of the fight, it looked like a horror show, and it was fantastic, and I loved every second of it.
Yeah, no, that was nasty. That was that's probably kind of like that one that put him on the map a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it was fantastic, man. But then the one when me and Mike went to Knucklemania 1, and we had never been to a live event before.
Yeah.
And we went there for the first time as media, and we're like standing with Britton Hart's mom over there on by the ring. We're about 15 feet from the ring, and we watched Taylor Starling and Teresa Segala put on a fucking
the hell out of
classic,
each other.
and we were like,
Yeah.
I thought Segala died in the first round. I thought she actually died, and then when she hit the ring, she bounced back up like it was one of them little bouncy houses. Bing!
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, what the hell? She got back up. Like I turned around like it was over. I was ready to go get like a pizza.
Yeah, I was in the crowd for that one too. I was at Knucklemania 1, and because I was trying to get on that card because it very close to hometown, but couldn't find an opponent at the time. But yeah, that was an awesome fight. Good call.
Oh yeah. And our last question for you, sir. What is one thing that you do every day that you wish you can get rid of?
Yeah. Back to the American Bully, picking up dog shit. You know what I mean?
Go.
He's
you get that vaporize.
I wish that existed. Yeah, no, he's coming along. He's learning, but it's like having a newborn that you just don't put diapers on, and he just goes where he wants to go. You know what I mean?
So for all you people for all you kids that keep asking your mom and dad for a puppy, come back and watch this episode, but only watch that 30-second clip because most of it is unacceptable for you.
It's Kyle dropping bombs.
Yeah. I ruined this for being a kid show. Anyways, dude. Everybody, the referral code's at the bottom. Thank you very much for coming on. Take a second, shout some people out. And if you want to give like a final prediction, this is your time, but go ahead.
Yeah, man, just as far as my training crew that shipped MMA out here in Tampa, some of my longtime sponsors, actually, this is one of them, Foil Surfboards. The guy's been with me for a long time. We got Epic Services. They do a lot of muscular therapy stuff for me. Rewire is another one, physical therapist that trains with us and helps keep us in shape and stuff. That's just a few of them off the top of my head, man. But prediction, it's going to be fucking entertaining. I'm not going to let it be a boring fight, and it's not going to go the distance. There
you go, guys.
Things I like to hear.
Don't miss this one. It is July 23rd. Jomi Escoboza against Jarod, Captain Deadpool, Warren. It is the co-main event. Huge fight card. We actually have one bonus question on your way out the door. Mike, go ahead.
Have you ever saved a cat from a tree?
No, and I have a feeling my coach was the one who put that up because he asked me that earlier today. He's like, "Man, you've been a fireman for 12 years. And you've never pulled a cat out of a tree." I'm like, "Not one time."
Get the hell out of here.
Weird. That's so weird. We definitely didn't talk to
you. This is why we get along with the Shift MMA guy so well, because he did not give us that question. We thought of that earlier. We threw it up.
That's random.
That's funny though. I mean, this was just like a few hours ago during training that this came up.
All right. Well, we will see you and your whole team down there in Tampa. Can't wait to see you. Thank you for coming on the show as always, man. Good luck.
Thanks for having me, man. I look forward to seeing you guys.
All right. I'll talk to you
later, brothers.
Later. There it is. That's Captain Deadpool himself. Going to be the co-main event against Jomi Escoboza. 7-0 Escoboza against Jarod, looking to get back into the win column. He seems confident. He's kicked the fucking medication that he was on. That's very good for him.
Great.
Awesome for him. Great talk. Great.
You didn't even salute him on the way out, though. You should have. He is a captain.
Oh, my bad.
I'm just telling you, that's disrespect. So.
Sometimes I disrespect the rank system. You know what I mean? I've been in for too long to be putting up with some of that shit.
You ain't got enough time to tell me what to do.
Yeah. How many years you got in? Not enough to tell me what to do. Anyways, all right, man. Well, that was Jarod Warren. Jarod Grant is moved to tomorrow night. He'll be on after Jomi Escoboza. Our last guest of the evening is waiting patiently. We thank him so much. He is going to talk to us about his controversial main event fight against Luis Palomino at BKFC 26. He is our guy, El Bandido, Elvin Leon Brito. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Chilling, man. What's going on with you guys?
Always smiling. I love
Yeah,
this.
always.
Yeah,
Even
always,
laughing.
man.
I watched the fight 709,015 million times, and if that's a real number.
I
And
look
you
great.
laugh in the middle of
But
the fight. So
yeah, there was one time where he
Yeah.
like landed the left hook, and I was like,
I
you.
heard you laughing.
Well, I got
Dude,
you, bro.
Elvin,
Yeah,
like,
it was a good fight.
like,
I'm not gonna lie, like I've been super quiet lately, like because my phone broke right when I fought, and I went to Belfast, and I got back home, and I don't know what the hell I picked up. It was like Monkey Rona Delta Plus. It was like I was dying. I was laid out pretty much all week. I finally started feeling better, like normal. I give it to my wife and one of my boys, but like everybody's doing better. But it was really shitty. Like it was just taking forever to recover. And I'm just happy to be normal. Like I was just trying to feel normal, back to normal, and because I didn't really get hurt in the fight. And the trip to Belfast was like 35 hours. It was really fast, and
hey,
I thought I was fine.
we all know that. We all know you probably didn't get to bed the night of the fight till probably 6
Oh
or
my-
7 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah, we didn't sleep. We just kept going.
you
That's
kept
how it
going.
is every time we fight. Yeah,
So
I think I
like,
saw you there.
yeah,
yeah. I see you guys.
I think we've seen you. Dude, let's talk about this. So like Mike just said, we've both watched this fight a half dozen times at least. And a lot of the times I got you 3-2, but a few times I like sit back and I'm like, okay, I can see how they gave 3-2 to Palomino. I got to tell you, man, this is one of the most close fights. It was unbelievably close.
It was a good fight. I think it was a style thing. Like I felt like I was winning. I felt like I was landing the bigger shots, and I threw more, and I landed more. And in the fight, it felt like I was kind of doing my thing. I might have like laid back a little bit in the last round, a little bit too much. I might have been just because I was really comfortable out there. I felt comfortable, and during the fight, I felt like I was winning. I understand, you know, the judges saw it different than that, but that's how I felt during the fight. But I mean, it is what it is. It already happened. I can't do anything about it except move on to the next fight. I'm ready to see what's next because I want to fight. I don't feel like a loser. Like I want to win. I want to either get the belt. I know it's probably gonna be hard to get a rematch. I would love to get a rematch, but I don't know how it's gonna go down. All I care about is the next thing.
I feel like it's inevitable that it will happen again. I mean, maybe not right now, but I do think that you guys are going to have to run into each other. It's just going to happen,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd be awesome to do an immediate rematch, try to get my belt back. I feel like I should get my belt back, but I mean, it is what it is. It's the fight business, and we don't have no control over it. And once it goes to the judges, it's in their hands.
It's so hard though. Like in the combat sports world, when two guys have fought twice and one guy has been on the losing end of both of the first two fights, it's very rare that you see a third one. We just saw it with Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski in the UFC.
Yeah,
Because those fights were so close, like yours and Luis Palomino. That's why I think that this fight could get made. But it also depends on what their plans are with Connor Turney and Joe Elmore.
Yeah, that's a good fight too. Those were the fights that I was looking forward to. Those are like big, true 165ers, and that's the one thing that I felt in the fight where was made the biggest difference is when we were hitting each other. Like you could tell the weight difference. He just didn't have any behind his punches compared to when I was hitting him. But
and at the moment, right now, Palomino seems pretty much dead set on defending the 155-pound title, which is respectable.
Yeah, it just kind of holds it up. Yeah, but it just holds everything up for no damn reason,
Yeah, I know. And that's the thing that sucks. He wants to stay active for both divisions, but no matter how active you are, one division's going to be waiting while the other one's going on. So I don't know how long that belt gets held up.
Exactly. So it's just, for me, it's just, you got to put me in there. You got to keep me busy. I want to fight. I didn't get hurt. And I just want to work. I have to work. That's the only way that I could I just have to fight. I mean, we have some pretty good fights lined up in the future. 165ers, whoever wins between Tierney and Joe, I think that'd be an awesome matchup. They're looking to fight for the belt too. So everybody's looking to fight for that belt. So it's gonna be interesting to see what direction BKFC is going into it. Now, I'm still like, I just lost my last fight. I'm still a Police Gazette champion. I didn't get to defend my Police Gazette belt. So like, I'm like I feel unjustifiably in a position I'd rather not be in, but I still got plenty of fight left in me. So
right,
I'm ready to keep fighting.
I have a question about so if you go on bkfc.com and you look for the rules, they have like a page that lists rules, right? As far as scoring criteria, I cannot find like an actual official scoring criteria for bare knuckle fighting, and it needs to be made and published and put out for everyone to see. So then we can look at it and go, this is what we're looking for. X, Y, Z. Go down the list. What takes precedence?
See exactly
over
what they're looking at. Yeah.
Because right now, if we don't know, do the judges really know what they're looking at? Do they know what they're looking for? Are they all looking for different things? Because there is no set rules.
It's not like I guess that makes sense to have at least like a unified like rules, not rules, but so everybody understands what the judges are looking for in BKFC. Yeah, I thought that was something that's already been worked out, but that might not be that.
May have. I've never seen them.
Yeah, I've never seen the official rules, but I thought that was something that's already been worked out. BKFC, but you never know. You never know what the judges are looking for. You don't never know their background. So it's just you're at the mercy of the judges at the end of the day.
Jomi Escoboza, Jomi's in the comments. He says we need judges that have fight experience. Absolutely, but also let me ask you this question. Another comment in the comment section. Darren Timmerman says open scoring would be nice too. Would you be up for open scoring like across the board?
Well, open scoring would have been nice in that fight because I would have been like, oh shit, they're obviously not. They're not looking at what I think they're looking at. So I would have definitely changed it up or turned it up. It had nothing to do with cardio. And towards the fourth round, like Palomino, he's not the kind of guy who's gonna let you tee off on him. So like every time I got a good shot on Palomino, he's gone. He's moving around. He stays mobile. So it's not that Palomino sucks. He's a good fighter. I just feel like that you have to beat the champ. To be the champ, that's just how we feel about it. We can't really do anything about it. But when I fight him at the moment, I just couldn't get him to stand there, And in the fourth round, I kind of laid back a little bit to let him come at me. And I was landing big shots. I did good, but maybe the judges saw me like I'm slowing down, or even though I'm still landing more effectively, it really depends on
how much weight
are looking at.
How much weight are they putting into ring control?
Ring control.
Is it ring control if you're drawing someone in? It's difficult without knowing.
Yeah, especially but when it's big fights like that, title fights, and you never know what they're looking at. We're in Miami. We expected the judges to be biased, but like I said, we don't have any power over that. And Palomino's good. I'm trying to finish the fight, but there's a reason why it goes to the judges. You can only do so many rounds. I would love to do extra rounds, but it is what it is. And all I want is who's next. We still have to figure out what's going to happen in the 165 division and who I get to fight next and who gets the shot at that belt.
Elvin, being an OG, like right before you came on, I was talking about you and Lorenzo and Reggie Barnett all being around from the start and kind of like molding this sport into its own thing. It's not boxing, it's not MMA, it's bare knuckle fighting. Now, with that said, 5 years into the modern bare knuckle existence, do you think that there is there should be a call for a possible like look at the rules and like maybe changing title fights to 7 rounds, maybe adding the open scoring, maybe adding a few things that are not allowed right now, or maybe taking a few things away? Do you think that since the sport is so young in the modern era, maybe they should start looking at it? Because I feel like that should have been a 7 round.
It's a new sport. It can still evolve, and the open scoring, I think it's a great idea, especially since it's such a fast-paced sport. and that's it'll be real consequential, especially with the 2-minute rounds. And even if they only do five rounds, it would be. I think that would definitely change the pacing and the mentality of the fighters in every round when they're coming in, knowing if they're losing or winning. So that would definitely.
In the 7 round, would you be down for 7-round title fights?
You know, El Bandido's down for 7 rounds. I'm down for 7. I like the 2-minute format because I think the pacing it's different. That's one thing that when I spar with boxers, no matter how good the boxers are, when they first start off, they're like, whoa, there's no warm up. There's no feeling out. It's just going. And I like the pacing of the 2-minute rounds. I would be open for championship rounds because I would love that, just have that difference where you're going into championship rounds. It's elite level fighting.
When I'm asking you that question, I feel like maybe there's certain guys like within the sport that now 5 years in, maybe there should be some sort of like conference where they bring in like certain major players that have had a huge role in the buildup of modern day bare knuckle fighting, and maybe take a look at changing some of these rules, like having some sort of conference with some judges and referees and fighters like yourself that all are smart to the sport that could make this thing better. Very much like Big John McCarthy and those guys did with MMA back in the day. It was
the promotions would have to be game with it, though. At the end of the day, the promotions have to incorporate all the stuff, or they could either have their own house rules or their signature stuff. Everybody could have their own rules as far as specifics for bare knuckle, but there has to be, like you said, it has to be unified rules for big fights, especially if they're still going to try to make the Police Gazette umbrella thing where it covers everybody. So there has to be unified rules in bare knuckle. But it comes down to the promotions, and it's just the reality of the sport. It comes down to the promotions, what they're trying to do. We're just trying to fight and trying to get an honest, trying to get just fair fights and fair results, and move on to the next thing. We're fighters. We can only do so much.
Yeah,
and we only got 10 minutes to do it.
Nah, man, we saw you. I'll tell you right now. We saw you at the hotel afterwards, Elvin, and outside the hotel, you briefly met Mike's sister-in-law and his wife's uncle, their Uncle Pete. That guy, Uncle Pete, told us that was one of the greatest nights of his life.
I remember I talked to him. He loved it, and I love doing this, and anybody who's been back there with us, and there's just certain kind of fighters like to do this, especially at the elite level, that could do what we do, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. And we're giving awesome shows to people. I would love to go to England. I got a lot of people from England like asking me when I'm going to do a show in England. It'd be awesome to go out there. Apparently, it's a lot easier to go out there and fight than we thought it was going to be. So that's always a possibility. We'll see what happens here in the future. I'm open to fight. I didn't get injured. I did tweak my pinky a little bit my last fight, but that was about it. I didn't really take any big hits, in the fight. So I'm ready to go.
With that said, Elvin, you say you're ready to go. If Palomino is busy with the Chad Mendes fight in the 155-pound belt, would you be up for the winner of Connor and Joe Elmore in the meantime? Or someone else? Is somebody else on your radar?
We got to fight, man. I shouldn't have to be waiting for anybody. I think I proved my worth as a fighter. I think I did great. I did a great showing. My last fight, I don't think anybody could fight the way that I do. I have my own style, and I'm proved I'm one of the best bare knuckle fighters. And we want to fight against the best guys. So Tierney versus Joe, that's the fight that I'm looking at as far as the next big opponents for 165, unless BKFC has some other plans. But at the end of the day, they make my contract, so whoever they put on there's the one who's going to get it next. So
yeah, man,
I'll be ready.
That's the one that makes sense for sure. The winner of that for you, I think, is what makes sense.
Yeah.
Looking at the top 5, looking at the opponents in the division, there's a couple of up-and-comers that are making their way up there that aren't quite up there yet, but will be.
Let them fight, let them fight it out. Let them get some experience in.
Hey, there's one name in the top 5 that, no offense to him, doesn't make sense that he's even in the top 5 because he hasn't been active enough in the last 2 years, is Jim Ehlers.
Yeah.
If the BKFC was like, hey, in the meantime, you wanna run that one back with Jim Ehlers,
That
would you be
that'd be
interested in that?
yeah. I mean, that'd be interesting if they give it to me. But it's whatever BKFC wants. Jim Allers, he he. I see him. He was commenting after the fight. He thought I lost. He actually said that I was the most boring fighter in BKFC. Like right before I got to my second fight of the night in a row. So I was like, whatever, Jim. He was kind of dick riding a little bit with the whole Palomino stuff. But I just kind of let him do their thing. But whatever BKFC wants, I don't care who they put in front of me. If it's Jim Allers, it'll be funny. That should be that would be fun. But it doesn't really matter. Like I'm open to fight anybody as long as their name is on the contract. Let's go. Then we're gonna put on an awesome show. We go over there and put on a huge show, and so that's just what we do.
And you're a Hall of Famer now.
Oh yeah, man. It was awesome going up to the Hall of Fame. And they love me in Belfast. It was kind of weird going to Belfast because like everybody knows me in Belfast. Like, I walk in there and everybody's like, "Hey, Elvin, that was an awesome fight." Everybody's telling me about the fight in Belfast. It was cool. But yeah, it was real awesome. It was an honor being out there. It was being a guest of honor and doing the whole thing. It's too bad I got freaking sick and felt like I was gonna die, but it was totally worth it. It was still worth it. I'd do it over again if I had to. It was totally worth it.
That's
but
awesome.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame stuff is cool. It's all extra stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
Fighting, yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And people love it, man. At the end of the day, we really, without the fans, we can't do anything. So I'm always showing a lot of love to the fans whenever I get a chance. So it's a lot of people think we're showing off, but really we love giving the fans what they want. And, it's all love at the end of the day.
You have to be showing off. You have to be constantly putting it out there because bare knuckle is not known yet. The average person has no idea. There are people in our unit. We've been walking around for over a year now with our podcast at our work, and most people know about it. But then there's people you talk to them, they're like, "Wait, what? You guys bare knuckle? What the heck's that?" People don't know, and you got to explain it to them, and then they see it. And they're like, "What?
Fans,
man,
fucking
awesome!" And
start
watching it, and you're like, "It's like a magnet, You just get close to it, it's like you're right in, and that's it, man. Now you're in for life. People just need to know. You have to. This is water that you can take them to, and they will drink it.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's it.
My buddy Chente that did the podcast. He came to the BKFC show, and I asked him, I was like, "Hey, so what do you think about bare knuckle?" He's like, "It changed my life, man." And all the other all the other fights are boring, like and compared to bare knuckle. Once you become a real fan, it's hard to sit there and watch five, guys grappling all day and fighting for position, and it's awesome, and I love grappling, but it's just not. It feels like a lull in the action once you've seen enough bare knuckle. So.
I actually had a conversation with a kid. We have soldiers from New York that are at our facility training with us these next 2 weeks. And a kid was talking to me and he's like, "Yeah, I love the UFC. I'm a big MMA guy." I'm like, "Oh, you need to check out our show, man." I'm like, "We have a podcast. We cover bare knuckle fighting and MMA, but 90% of it's bare knuckle." And he was like, "What's that?" I'm like, exactly what
heard of it, huh?
I'm like, exactly what it sounds like. Bare knuckle fighting is what it is. It is legal, and it's in a ring, and it's in an arena, and it's in front of a huge crowd. And he's like, "Really?" And I had to actually like break it down for the kid, and he's definitely going to check it out. He was unaware. I swear to God,
it's a hit in Puerto Rico, man. People love it out here. I'm always really surprised, and we're definitely going to be bringing bare knuckle to Puerto Rico. We're finally going to be breaking ground in the freaking jungle camp. We got a lot of shit that we're going to be doing, and fighting is a big part of it. So we're just kind of looking forward to, like I said, we're being in the whole culture, and we got so much work to do. It's awesome. But at the end of the day, we need to fight to move forward. So what's up?
Yeah, man. Well, you know that we love it. We're gonna be. You're gonna be down in Tampa.
Man, I wish maybe somebody I'll get a sponsor to pay me to go out there. That'd be nice. I would love. You guys gonna be there?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
I'll see if I can make it. I definitely could.
That put him over. See that? Look at that. He was maybe gonna go. Now he's gonna go.
Figure it out. Yeah. I would love to show up and fucking talk some shit.
Mike and Mitch are gonna be there. Mike and Mitch are gonna be there.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think Planet Hank will be there too, so you could toss his ass in the
Oh,
swimming
nice.
pool again.
Oh yeah,
Is
he
he?
owes me. I gotta toss his ass back in.
Is he really going to be there?
I think he said it on his show.
He
the
always
other day.
threatens to come. He always threatens.
We've
then
We've
show
never
up
met
last
him in
minute.
person. We've never met him in person. We always talk to him here and there, like through Messenger, or maybe
He's
we'll
a lot
catch him on a
smaller in
show,
person. He's like.
He's a little guy. Oh, dude, that's
Nah,
funny.
he's cool though. Nah, he's
Yeah.
cool though.
He definitely
Right.
said the other day that he's going to be down there. I don't know if he actually is, but hey, look at this right here. Uncle Pete will be there.
Uncle Pete.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I
There he is.
might just come down there to talk some shit. You know,
Throw Uncle Pete in the pool. He might drown. We might have to jump in and save him. But
Oh man, Elvin, I mean, like you've handled the loss like a true professional, like a true gentleman, like you always are. We don't expect.
We're not gonna
anything
sit there
different.
and bitch about it.
Right,
What can you do? You know, like we don't agree with it.
Right. Yeah.
He's the champ.
So
What
you know,
can you do?
but you seem geared up and always ready to fight and always ready to get
Always,
back
you
in
know, we love
there.
this shit, you know?
Can't wait to see you back in there again. Thanks for coming on tonight. We have a speed round for you if you want to do one. Want to
Let's
do
do
one?
it, man.
Let's
Go
do it.
ahead.
Let's do a speed round
I'm
without
just glad,
Bandido.
yeah, let's do it.
and
Yeah.
listen, I don't want to jinx it here or whatever, if you believe in that type of shit. But phenomenal internet today. I don't know what's going on here.
Right,
But
I was
this
just
are you
about to
are
say,
you in
I was
someone
just-
else's house right now? What's going
Nah,
on?
I got a new phone. I told you I broke my old phone. So I got
Oh,
a new
man.
phone, and it's working nice.
It works
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
gem. Like, holy shit, you're
Yeah,
right.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Crystal
Elvin.
clear and everything.
Perfect. What is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
The weirdest thing I ever eaten. I don't know, like tripe. I don't like eating gross stuff. So
What is tripe? Is that some sort of fish?
like pig guts.
Yeah,
Ugh,
isn't
what
it?
the
Yeah, like stomach
Yeah.
or some
Yeah,
crazy shit.
yeah, I got tripe too. Yeah, mondongo. Yeah.
No,
Good,
no,
man.
no, thank you.
No. If you could meet anyone in the world, who would you meet and why?
If I could meet anybody in the world, shit, I want to meet that Muay Thai guy that just signed. I want to know who he's fighting next.
You.
Oh, dude, Elvin. I want Mike. Can we open? Can we pause the speed round for a second? And I want Mike. Dude,
All right.
Mike.
Oh,
I'm giving you the floor.
Here we go.
Go off on this, please.
All right,
This is
so-
hilarious. You're gonna love this.
if I must. And here we go. I'm a disclaimer. I'm not trying to talk shit about this guy, right? Here he is, bare knuckle. They signed this gentleman right here. And when I saw this, I was like, all right, cool. And now listen, I don't follow Muay Thai. I will watch it if I see it because I'm a fan of combat sports, just the way it goes, right? So I see it and I'm like, cool. And then I start scrolling through the news feed and I see that, people are posting it. They're sharing. People
All
are
over it.
excited. I'm excited. I
All
want to
over it.
see it. I hear he's great, Muay Thai fighter. I see people like, I've been waiting for this for so long. This is the best ever. Like, this guy's the best. Like, oh, I love him. I've been looking up to him. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at the thing going, what? I've never heard of this fucking guy. Okay. Now listen, I'm sure he's very famous where he is. I'm positive of it. He's like you know what I mean? He's very popular. He's very
he's a
good.
star over
He's
there.
got a shitload of fights. You know what I mean? I don't have to know
Got
everybody,
like
but here's the
300
thing.
fights and shit.
I go on, okay, and I searched his name in every single bare knuckle group and every single friend. I searched his name. Do you want to know how many times people mentioned him before tonight? How many posts were made about him before tonight?
How many, Mike?
I mean, none.
Zip. Zero.
Zip.
For all those
Yeah.
gigantic fans that couldn't wait for the signing, that loved him and looked up to him, never mentioned his goddamn name one fucking time.
That's
for,
how it is,
God,
man.
eons since
That's how
Facebook was
hype
made.
trains work.
So you guys are really good fans and friends of this man. Unbelievable. I digress.
That's the real shit right there.
What is that? What is this world we live in where people have to act like they're so excited about shit they're not exactly that excited about? Hey, drives me
I
nuts.
got nothing else going on.
Drives me nuts.
I'm telling you. Listen, I'm so glad that Mike does this on the show because this is the shit that I get from him all the time. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm like,
we need it.
Now we
need
got to
this
put him
shit.
on the spot. We're gonna put him on the
Somebody
spot.
needs to say it.
It's fucking hilarious, man. Okay, resume. Number 3. Here we go. If you weren't a bare knuckle fighter, what job would you be pursuing? Elvin?
I always wanted to be a cook. You know, like I like, I wanted to be a chef when I was a kid. My son wants to be a chef too, and I actually cooked at a fine dining place. And I ended up quitting to be a bare knuckle fighter. So, and I ended up quitting to fight MMA. Not bare knuckle, but I ended up fighting bare knuckle. But I quit years ago. What I thought was gonna be my dream job to do fighting, which is a lot easier for me.
You know what you could do after your fight career is over, like Rocky Balboa? You could have your own restaurant with a bunch
have
of
my own restaurant, and then I don't want to sit there and fucking bore people with talking about my fights all the time.
You'll just cook for them.
You got pictures on the wall. You just walk up to a table and go, "What's up, everybody? How is everyone doing? Hey, see this right here? This was the time that I fought."
The one time I fought, we changed the rules. It was 20 rounds.
You'll be like Jake LaMotta sitting in the corner with a microphone on a stool, just talking.
Yeah. See this picture right here? This is the time I wasn't going to go to Tampa, but then Mike and Mish said they were going, and this is the picture I got out
of it.
Oh, man, that's awesome. All right, number 4, Mike.
If we were to go to Puerto Rico, what spot would you say is a must-see?
You got to come see the freaking, where the jungle camp's going to be. You got to check it out. It's going to be fucking sweet.
You're going to beat our ass over there, huh?
Oh, yeah, it'll be sweet. Throw you over
push
the
me down the hill.
You know,
combat shit.
I got stuck in Puerto Rico when we had a C-17 that had to emergency land in Puerto Rico, and I got stuck there for a few days, and we couldn't really go too far out. They put us up in a hotel, but we weren't far from like Old San Juan, and I went down there every night, got pretty drunk, and don't remember much about it, but it seemed pretty cool.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful out there.
Yeah,
I love Old San Juan at night.
And there was like some old like war wall type thing out there.
It's the big forts and the cobblestone roads and the bays all pretty, the lights everywhere. It's beautiful at night.
It was great, except my boy Ray Rivera made me eat mofongo at 3:30 in the morning. It was the worst food I ever eaten in my life.
I wonder where he got you. I love mofongo, but it's got to be good, man.
No,
I talked about this before.
I think we did.
Yeah, we did. We did talk about it. Yeah, you go horribly wrong.
I got a bad batch, I think.
Shit. I think so. I had a bad batch.
All right, last question for you, buddy. What is something that really grinds your gears?
It's just people talking out of their ass, Sometimes people just got something to say. They want to say it, even though they ain't got nothing behind it. Just
like being super excited about this fight.
People just amuse me. I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. I can't believe I've been waiting my whole life for this one.
Yeah,
everybody's been waiting their whole life for this. It's awesome.
Can't wait.
Beautiful.
Can't wait for
Who is that guy again? I have seen him fight before. I think he's definitely entertaining.
I don't even I know who he is because I've seen a bunch of video. I've seen a bunch of footage of him on Instagram, like shorts, and I've seen him. But is it Boyka or Boyka?
I know he has some beef with some some left way guy.
Ludek or something
he want to headbutt him and shit, and it never happened.
You see the dude's record? It's nuts. It's like
he got crazy record.
It's like 229 and 23 or something like that.
Once you start getting that high up, I'm like, I don't know if that's good though. Like, you've been punching the head a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of punches to the head, and then bare knuckle's a whole different game, So.
Oh man! And if he was doing Letway and like you said, headbutts and brutal elbows,
it's different. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, the pacing is completely different. They stand right in front of each other. It's like it's kind of part of their thing, like their culture of the fight. They just kind of stand there and just,
He's definitely nasty. A beast.
Yeah, he's definitely a beast.
Oh yeah. Let's see, 240 wins, 73 KO.
What weight division is he? Can't be that big. What weight division is he fighting?
Let's see here.
Maybe I'm just stereotyping, but I would think he's like 135.
Because I'm a Stu Nod.
I figure there's no way he's that big.
70 kilogram.
That's twice of that. Like 146 or something like that. 140.
Is TJ Chang
142 or something like that?
170.
170?
He's 170. He don't look 170. That's for sure. Elvin, there's your next. Hey, you want to welcome
You want to
Elvin,
do Puerto
Elvin
Rican
is
style versus
154.
fucking Muay Thai style, whatever the fuck you got
Dude.
going on.
So Palomino's busy with Chad Mendez, Turney, and Joe Elmore busy fighting each other. I think Elvin
Pay me,
Brito
bro. You gonna
welcomes.
play me? You gotta pay me, bro. Pay
Nah.
me, and I'm gonna go over there and put on the show anyway.
Well, he's
You know?
headlining Thailand 3, BKFC Thailand 3. So
70
I'm
kilograms
sure.
is 154, by the way.
I was
I'm
gonna
very
say
good
that.
serving,
I
so.
could have sworn that was. I said 146. I was closer.
yeah, you're closer without going over. Very good. That's the rules. That's the universal rules, man. You win. All right, man. Well, Elvin, it's always a pleasure talking to you. I hope we see you down in
I see you
Tampa.
guys, man.
You got any closing words for the audience and for anybody that watched your fight and were disappointed about the outcome?
Oh no, it's all right, man. It is what it is. It's the fight game. So I got plenty of fight left in me, guys, and it's gonna be real interesting to see how it all goes down. And just enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. We breaking ground, jungle camp. We still got a lot of fight left. So let's get it, guys.
There it is.
Year coming soon.
One of the best in the
2023
business.
right around the corner.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. One of the best in the business. We love having you on the show. Welcome back anytime, and we'll see you soon, bud.
All right, guys.
All right, take it easy.
Later, Elvin.
All right, everybody go follow him on his social medias. The guy's awesome.
Get over there. Do it.
Hey, huge shout out to his internet tonight. That was fantastic.
I know. Thank you. Thank you for holding up, internet. We appreciate it.
That was unbelievable.
That's the first time.
Hey, two great guys on the show tonight. Those two, we've spent a lot of time with them in person, hung out with them. They are genuine good people, Elvin and Jarod. Can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see Jarod fight on July 23rd. We like Jomi as well, so it's going to be a great fight there. And hopefully we run into Elvin down there so we can hang out with Uncle Pete and have a little cerveza with him.
Yep. Maybe he'll swing on him, maybe knock him out, give him the second best night of his life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Uncle Pete says, be good, brother. And Monica says, we love Elvin. Everyone loves Elvin. I mean, what's not to love there, man? Fun show tonight. Thank you, Susan. Fun show. She says, hey guys, I want to say something. I was very, very sad a few days ago. One of the greatest TV characters of all time, Paulie Walnuts from The Sopranos, passed away. Shout out to one of the greatest gangsters in the history of TV, Paulie Walnuts. What do you hear? What do you say? Tony Sirico, fucking rest in peace, brother.
Unbelievable, isn't it crazy?
You know what's crazy
is this year.
Yeah, him and James Caan died like a day apart from each other, I think, or 2 days apart from each other. Unbelievable.
And then who died like just a little while back there?
Who? James Gandolfini?
No. Just
he's been
like
dead
a month
for a
ago.
Who? Come on.
Ray Liotta.
Oh, Ray Liotta, dude. 3 gangsters. That is fucking
See,
Ray Liotta, James Caan, and Tony Sirico all died. Wow, you're right. I forgot about Ray Lee. Well, I always tried to quit smoking. I tried quitting smoking. I got Chantix. What's this fucking Chantix?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, Chantix is supposed to help you quit smoking, Mr. Liotta. Quit smoking. Why would I want to do that?
Who is the comedian who does that?
That's Kyle Dunnigan. He goes, he's smoking a cigarette, doing it. He's like, I tried everything to quit smoking. Fucking everything. But he's like, but Chantix.
Try Chantix.
He's like, they're like, Mr. Liotta, you can't smoke. He's like, yeah, fucking CGI it out afterwards. I'm the greatest. He's like, I'm the greatest actor in the world. I can act like I'm not smoking.
Dude, that Kyle Dunnigan is good with his impressions, and that's one of the better ones too. I don't think anything ever will top the Michael Jackson one, but that is definitely
children.
Close.
The children. The children. Yeah. I would never do nothing to no children.
Yeah, go look up Kyle Dunnigan's Instagram. He's freaking hilarious, that guy.
Yeah, that shit is hilarious, man. Great show tonight. Thank you to Jarod. Thank you to Elvin for coming on. Tomorrow night, guys, big show.
Jarod.
Big show. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at the flowing locks on.
I know. Look at the
Jomi
mane on that guy.
Dude, Jomi Escoboza. He looks like damn What was the lion? Mustafa. He looks like Mustafa.
Yeah.
He looks like a fucking lion. It looks like Aquaman, they say. He
Yeah.
looks like
that is. He's been saying what Davy Jones, is it? Davy Jones? Davy Jones's locker. With the fucking tentacles on the
yeah. From the thing with the
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean with the guy, Johnny Depp. Hey, for everybody that's been wondering where this guy's been, we got the bathtub man himself coming back to the show.
That's right. That's right.
Only the OGs, only the OG followers of this show know what I mean when I say the bathtub man is coming back to the show.
You want to see who it is?
Yeah, 9 p.m. tomorrow night. We will start off the show with Tyler Goodjohn reporting to us live from his bathtub once again. Goodjohn in the house. He's been training with Luis Palomino. He's in the best shape of his life. He's fucking grinding every day down there in Miami. He's on Eastern Standard Time, so we don't have to talk to him at 2 a.m. in the morning. He won't
be in bed.
Yeah, he won't be in bed, or he won't be in a Vegas bathtub. He'll be down in Miami. So we're going to start off the show tomorrow night with him. We're going to follow him with the other half of the main event from BKFC Fight Night, Tampa 2. Reggie Barnett Jr. will be coming back to the show tomorrow night after Tyler Goodjohn. After Reggie, there he is. Look at that. Would you look at that? Just look at it. Oh, would you look at it? You know what I do, Mike? When I see a graphic like that, I look at it and I say, would you look at that?
Yep. Would you just take a look at it?
Would you just take a look at it? Oh, man. So after Educated Hands comes on, Easy himself, we will be talking to the other half of the co-main, Jomi Escoboza, which we just looked at there with the beautiful mane, standing right next to the fireman himself, Jarod Bourne. Jomi will be on after Reggie, and then we're going to finish up the show with the other half of the main event, Jarod Kid Gatti Grant, who will be defending his interim title against Reggie Barnett. Interesting there. You never really see an interim title get defended.
I know,
but it's happening. I feel like back in the day when I feel like the UFC heavyweight division had an interim title. Oh no, you know what? Didn't Carlos Condit win the interim title at welterweight in the UFC, and didn't he defend it? It's very rare do you see an interim title get defended, but it's gonna happen. Main event, July 23rd. Jarod Grant will round out our show tomorrow night. So we got 4 fighters for you tomorrow night. What you think about that?
I can't wait is what I think about it. I can't damn wait.
I can't damn wait.
I can't damn wait for it.
I love talking to these guys. It's going to be a great show tomorrow night. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. And I think that's going to do it for this evening. We will see you 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mike, you got anything for these peeps?